Hello! In this video, I'll be reviewing this little periodical I recently bought called The Audient Void, a journal of weird fiction and dark fantasy. This is the first issue of this zine made by Mr. Obadiah Baird. One of the very first things that impressed me about this zine were the pictures. Not only this one on the cover, but also this one inside. I really like this picture. It's beautiful, darkly elegant, and very creative. I really like these surreal figures, like this person here with arms looking like tree branches, or this one with angel wings, or this one with antlers. It looks really good. I really like it. The next thing I'd like to comment on is this little introduction here written by Mr. Baird called From the Void. I really like this introduction. It has some really nice poetic beginning here, and Mr. Baird expresses some really nice and encouraging thoughts for other writers, and he shows some very nice gratitude to his supporters, and it was really nice to read. The quote that impressed me the most was this one here, where he says, "The more everyone treated me like an editor, the more I felt capable of becoming one." It's a really nice introduction to what comes next in this zine. So here we have a little column called You Old Lemurian by David Barker. This man provides a very interesting insight on H.P. Lovecraft, and the way this man analyzes Lovecraft's work and finds similarities with it in other works of fiction, like the movie Crimson Peak, which he mentions here. It really shows Mr. Barker's enthusiasm for Lovecraft's work, and he has a little dream narrative here called Lovecraft Cylinder Dream. It was a very interesting part to read. I really enjoyed this column. Then we have a little prose poem called The Darkness That I Kiss by W.H. Pugmire. I really liked this poem. It's about a woman who seems to be suffering and developing a darker personality because of that, and this poet expressed some uh, very impressive feelings. It's like a mixture of sadness and admiration for that woman. Like he is sad to see what's happening to her, but at the same time he admires her because that's what made her the person he fell in love with, if I interpreted this poem correctly. Then on this page we have another nice poem called The King of Cats by Adam Bolivar. This poem has a little story where this poet experiences some supernatural occurrences, like a funeral of cats and then a cat talking to him. It's really surprising and really nicely written. I liked it. Then here we have the first short story of this zine called The Root of All Gravities by Sarah Walker, and it comes accompanied by this great drawing done by the very author, by Mrs. Walker. I really like the story. It has some very vivid and impressive descriptions. It's dark but also very sad. It's about a 12 years old girl drowning in a lake, and the drowning is caused by some mysterious entities living at the bottom of the lake. What really impressed me about this story are the descriptions, especially of the feeling of drowning. It sounds almost as if the author experienced something similar on her own. It's very well written, very vivid, and it also has this frightening ending. The last moments of this little girl, when she sees those entities at the bottom of the lake, it's scary, it's frightening, it's really good. Uh, I I really liked how this story was written. Then we have some more poems, like this one, The Glass Vial by Ashley Dioses. Uh, this poem, if I interpreted it correctly, describes a witch preparing a poison, and it's really vivid and strong with these words that this poet used. I was really impressed by how it was written, and this other one is also very cool, Cernados by Wade German. It's written from the point of view of an ancient evil entity, and it's also very impactant with the choice of words that this poet used. It's really good.